guys, it's me, Frida, and today's video I wanted to share some of my baby must-haves. Before we continue, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that notification bell to get notified when I upload a new video. Okay, so this video is different than baby essentials. For example, everyone knows you need a crib, you need diapers, you need wipes, you need a baby tub, you need onesies, you need a birth cloth, a receiving blanket, all that good stuff. Those are essential items. These items are just items I personally think you must have but aren't necessarily essential items, if that makes sense. They're items that not many people have or think about having, in my opinion. Or maybe it's something that you guys have thought about but aren't sure if you want to get them. You're kind of like, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. So I'm just going to share my personal opinion on them and tell you guys what I think. Okay, so let's get right into it. The first item on the list is the Brezza bottles. I know I said I'm not going to do essential items, and obviously baby bottles are essential unless you're breastfeeding, but then you still need bottles if you're pumping, unless you're not pumping, but you get what I'm saying. But I just feel like this particular bottle is a baby must-have, because this bottle is not your average bottle, okay? This bottle has been sent from the gods. Functionality wise, it's the same bottle, but let me just show you what I mean. I'm going to use this bottle, for example. I was sent this bottle when I was pregnant. It was in one of those like sample packages, and I've never used it. First of all, look at it. It looks weird. Like, why does it look like that? No, but for real, I haven't used it because look how many parts it has. You have to clean this. Then it has this. Then you have to take off the nipple. Then, like, what is this? And I think this thing why does it have so many parts? Like, you have to get all in there when you clean it every single time. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't. So now we have this beauty, and okay, it has a top. Okay, 1, 2, that's it. Like, you don't have to take this out. This doesn't come out. This is one piece. You clean here, you clean this, you're done. Okay? You don't gotta get all, like, this is too much. Who did this? What brand is this? I don't know what you're doing. This is not the way, okay? We don't have time for this. We don't. I don't. These are my favorite. They also have them in glass. I don't really know why you would want a glass bottle. That's a liability. Well, I guess because people are funny about the plastic, you know, like the chemicals, the toxic stuff, BPA, whatever other stuff. But it's BPA free, plastic, great bottle. They're inexpensive. So, to give you a con, I would say that the only downside is that you can really only find them online. Like, I've ordered mine off Amazon. I've never seen these in the stores, but I did Google it, and Walmart has them and Target. But again, I went to Walmart and I tried to find these and I couldn't. So I don't know if it's just an online item. That's something I didn't check. So you would have to order them online and then wait 2 days for shipping. So that's kind of a little frustrating, but I mean, just order what you need, and you know, you'll always have extra. Just don't wait until the last minute where you somehow are all out of bottles and you need one. Second item is the all natural African Shea Butter. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what is this? Why it looks like that, and what do I use it for? So this is 100% all natural shea butter, and it comes from the African shea tree, and it's mostly used for its healing properties for skin and hair restoration. I've actually used shea butter for quite a few years. My mom actually introduced it to me years ago, and she used to use it on her skin and scars, and it literally works miracles. And I recently discovered that it is also good to use for diaper rashes. So now I use it as a diaper cream. I use Desitin for my son when I used to change his diapers, and it's literally like a thick paste, and it's so messy, it gets everywhere, and it's super annoying to use. It works great, but it's just a headache to use. So I don't use that anymore. And you know, this is all natural. It's cheaper. This is 16 ounces and I paid like $9 for this. And I think for 4 ounces of Desitin, it's like $5. So, and I use that, like, I ran through that. And you know, you can still use it on your skin and your hair too.
So you can use it to treat dry skin, eczema, minor burns, pain relief from swelling and arthritis, improves muscle relaxation and stiffness. You can also use it as sunscreen. You can use it to treat dark spots, skin discoloration, stretch marks, wrinkles, blemishes, massages, diaper rash.
Oh, I didn't even know it said diaper rash on there. Look at that. I didn't even know that it said that. I actually found out on Pinterest that people were using, you know, shea butter. And I was like, oh, I use shea butter. But it actually says that on there, so that's cool. But yeah, it's all natural, so you can't go wrong with that. And you know, it's not as messy as Desitin. Shea butter is very thick. You have to kind of dig in there and get it out, and then once you warm it up, you know, it just kind of melts, and it works very well, just like Desitin. You know, as soon as I see the slightest little redness or irritation, I just put a little, spread a little, you know,
spread it like jelly, and
the next diaper change, the redness is gone. And so I'll definitely say a little bit goes a long way. You know, you don't have to use a lot. So the downside, I would say it has a kind of weird smell. I don't know how to explain it. It's not like super pungent. You're not gonna smell it through the diaper or anything, and it doesn't stink. It's just a weird smell. It's like a nutty, kind of earthy smell. I don't know. But that's all really that I can really think that would be a downside. But other than that, I love it. Great stuff. All natural. Can't beat that. Yeah, it definitely has a distinct odor. Okay, so number 4 on the list is the Nosefrida. This is a nasal aspirator. When I first seen this, I was like, you want me to do what? I'm good. Put your mouth on the red end, and then you basically put this against her nose, and you suck out the snot. I know it sounds gross, but don't worry, you do not get any snot whatsoever in your mouth, because trust me, I would not be recommending this or using this, let alone, because that's gross. It does have a filter. This prevents anything from coming up the tube, let alone getting in your mouth. And if by some chance it did pass this filter, it has a long way to travel before it gets in your mouth. But honestly, when I use it on my daughter and, you know, I get the mucus out of her nose, it barely gets past the tip part here. And I really feel like it clears her nasal passage. I really feel like it gets the job done. I also like that this brand also has a Saline spray, or Saline spray. And what I love about this, it's a natural nasal mist. The only ingredients is water and sea salt, but it's perfectly proportioned, so don't go in your kitchen and like try to concoction up something with, you know, some water and sea salt and be burning your baby's nostrils. Don't do that. Just go ahead and buy you some Nosefrida, okay? Don't do it. Just leave it to the professionals. It's also super easy to clean. I feel like the traditional bulb syringe, you never really know if it's really clean or if you got all the snot and gunk and mucus out of it. And I just always feel uneasy about it because I'm like, you know, did I get everything out? You never really know what's sitting at the bottom. It's like a mystery bulb, you know, and it kind of grosses me out. With this, you can take it apart and you can clean it and you can put it in the dishwasher. It even says on the packaging it's dishwasher safe. It's not that serious. You don't need to put it in the dishwasher, but you know, run some hot water and soap and shake it out, put a paper towel and really clean it thoroughly. That's another thing that I love about this. It really prevents that cross contamination, because I always feel like, you know, maybe her germs from her last cold, you know, if I use it again, it might contaminate and infect her all over again with the previous germs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of like, ew. But with this, you don't have to worry about that. You know that it's clean. You can see it. You can clean it in and out. And it seems like this aspirator is really big on hygiene. So another thing that I like, you can, when you're using it, you can control the suction. You know, you can lightly, you know, suck on it, or you can suck on it hard. I really couldn't think of another way to put it. Sorry. Let's see. Another thing is it's BPA free and something else free.
It's like phthalate free. I don't really know what that is, but I know it's some toxic chemical that is usually found in plastic, and
this is free of it, so that's a plus. The downside that I would say about this, if I had to, it would be that you do have to buy, you know, replacement filters, which is an extra expense, but they're really not that expensive. And I mean, it's to promote hygiene. It's just like one of those things, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. But that would be something that I would say it's kind of like, yeah. Get you a Nosefrida. Number 5 on the list would be this forehead thermometer. This is something I recommend you having because it allows you to check your baby's temperature without, you know, having to poke and stick them everywhere. With my son, I had the regular thermometer that you can put under their armpit, and if they were older, you can put under their tongue or stick it in their bum, their bootay. Let's be honest, this is a lot more sanitary and it's a lot more convenient. And I mean, just to keep it simple, I just love it for the convenience of, you know, not having to wake her up, not having to disturb her, not having to go through all the troubles, you know, of trying to take her temperature. So this is definitely a baby must-have. The downside of this device, I would say, if I had to find something, would just be the price of it. The regular thermometers are fairly cheap, and these forehead ones run about $30. But again, if you have multiple people in your house, you only need one for everyone in the house. So, I mean, if you were really big on hygiene and had to have a couple thermometers for every person and label them for their body parts and stuff, it probably would add up to the same amount as this. But, you know, it is on the more pricier side, so I would say that would be a downfall. But other than that, I love it and I think it's a good investment. So the third item is one of my new favorite things that I've just recently purchased, which is this is an essential oil diffuser / humidifier. I've been a huge fan of humidifiers for quite some time now. My son has one in his room, and he's had one in there since he was a baby. His doctor actually recommended it to us years ago when he was sick and he was really congested and he had a bad cough. And she was like, you know, you should get him a humidifier. It puts like the humidity back in the air, so it helps ease his coughing, and it actually really works. And so I really fell in love with it, and every time he gets sick, I always put on his humidifier, and you know, the next morning and throughout the next few days, you can really see a big difference. However, this little baby is a humidifier and a diffuser. So the diffuser aspect of it, you can actually put essential oils in it, and I love essential oils. I don't really know the ins and outs between the difference of a humidifier and a diffuser, but I do know like a regular humidifier, you can't put essential oils in them because it kind of clogs the machine, and you know, it's not really meant to filter out oils. So you have to buy a humidifier that's also a diffuser, or just a diffuser that's specifically designed to vaporize the oils. Anyways, I love essential oils for not just the scent, but I also use them as like a natural remedy. So I purchased this kit, and this has 8 essential oils. They are 100% pure and high grade oils, and I use them for so many different things. For example, the lavender one, I really love it because it has like calming properties in them. So, you know, I put a few drops before the baby goes to sleep, and I feel like she just like loves it. She knocks out, she sleeps. Most of the time when I use this, she sleeps all night through the night, and she's only 3 months. So it comes in this cute little box, and this booklet here tells you all about each oil and what you can use it for. So that's something really cool to have. It breaks it all down. Again, I love these oils because you can use them for so many different things. You can use them on your skin, you can use them for cleaning, you can use them to diffuse them, you know, whether it's just for the aromatic purposes or, you know, for health purposes. So I mostly use these at night, and you can really feel the difference in like your clarity, and if you are congested in the morning when you wake up, you just feel so refreshed. Use the orange one, you just feel so awakened and alive and energized, and you know, I definitely recommend you trying them, especially if you're looking for some all-natural remedies and alternatives to, you know, healthcare, or if you just want to relax and ease your mind and, you know, just be zen, then you should really look into essential oils. So that's definitely one of my favorite mommy must-haves or baby must-haves. Downside to the diffuser is that you do have to be careful where you sit it, because if you have it by, you know, other devices, electronics, it can potentially damage them, because again, it is water, it's the mist does get on the table or the counter, whatever surface that you have it on, so you kind of have to wipe up the water. So that kind of is a downfall, but I mean, it's just water, so you just take a little rag or towel, you just wipe it up. I found that if you put it on the edge of the table or desk, wherever you have it at, then the mist, you know, won't get anywhere because it kind of will just trickle down to the floor. I have carpet, so I don't know if maybe my carpet just absorbs it. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I'm assuming if you have hardwood floor, then it'll probably be on your floor, but I mean, it's not like crazy amount of water, but that's what I do. So I just push it to the edge, so I don't gotta wipe up anything, and in the morning everything is clean and dry. But definitely don't put it by your phone overnight or any light fixture, computer, laptop. Don't do that, because again, it does emit mist, and you don't want to get that anywhere near any kind of electronic devices. Last but not least would be the M's for Bubs. These are hearing protection for little ears. So basically they're earmuffs for babies, and they prevent ear damage, you know, for babies if you're in a loud environment. For example, I took my son to see Marvel live, and you know, the baby went with us, of course, and I put these little bad boys on her and she was out like a light. So if they had explosions and they had motorcycles and, you know, it was a full-on live show, you know, with the Marvel characters, and she slept like a baby. And so that right there just shows you that they work. So these go on each side of their ear. So obviously this is not for my big head, but just to show you, they will go on each ear and they stretch across her forehead, and then it latches in the back like this. So wait, here we go. So yeah, it'll be like this across her forehead and then her ears. They prevent ear damage by blocking the sound, so your little baby can sleep if you're at a wedding or you're at church or you're at some loud event or a party. You know, you still gotta turn up too, even if you're a mommy, you know, gotta live, YOLO. If you want them to sleep and you don't want to have to worry about, oh my god, like I'm gonna bust my baby's eardrum, or it's too loud in here, she's tired and she's irritated and she can't sleep, you know, let's go ahead and put these on and trust me. But yeah, I definitely recommend you guys to get one of these, especially if you're, you know, a social mom, or if, I mean, even if you're not social but you go to church, you know, or you just go to events and you live every once in a while, that you definitely want to get a pair of these just to make sure that your little one isn't uncomfortable. So I would say that the downside is that when she was an infant, because these are for infants, you can adjust the size, but these are for infants to, I believe, like 6 months or 1 year. I'm not really sure. I'll double check on that. But when she was little and I tried to put them on her, you know, she couldn't really hold her head, so I kind of had to, it was a little hard to put it on her. But I mean, now that she can hold her head, you know, I can just kind of wrap it around her head. But when she couldn't hold her head at first, you know, it was kind of, it was a little difficult to put on. And sometimes because of the material, it's fairly soft, sometimes it'll slide down, but that just means you have to make it a little tighter on their head. But again, the material, it's stretchy and it's really soft, so you don't have to worry about like hurting your baby or it being way too tight or uncomfortable. That would be the only thing that I could really think of. But definitely get you one of these, especially if your little one's a light sleeper. And if you have other kids in the house, you know, you just want to throw them on because you don't want to wake the baby, get you some. Okay guys, that's all for my baby must-haves, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will leave the links to all of the items in my description box, so go ahead and check that out. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and hit that like button, and leave a comment and let me know some of your favorite baby must-haves. I'm always looking for new things to make my life simpler and the baby's life a little bit easier. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys. Cleanliness. It's to promote hygiene and cleanliness. It's it's to promote hygiene and cleanliness. Cleanliness. There we go. And supposedly the nipple is, you know, supposed to mimic like a breast. I don't really know how many nipples look like this, but Brezza. Because Brezza would be 2 E's, so it's Brezza.